everybody. I'm very happy to be with you again. And today we'll be mainly dealing with grammar of theme 1. So please make sure you have your books and open your books at the page of grammar section, please. Okay? Actually, we have some points, main points in grammar in this theme. These are the present simple tense versus the present continuous. Versus, of course, VS means versus, which means we are going to compare the present simple and the present continuous tense. Then we will move to modal verbs and conditional sentences. We will be dealing with only 2 types, the first conditional and the zero conditional. And finally, the present perfect tense. Actually, we should have looked at question formation, but this will be done in the next session. Okay? So again, we'll start from the beginning. Okay, the present simple tense and the present continuous tense. Actually, the most important thing about tenses is that you should understand why are they used. We use the present simple tense because we need to talk about facts and habits. What is the meaning of facts? Facts are some things like scientific facts. For example, if we say the sun rises from the east, or for example, that if you heat ice, it melts. Okay, so this is a fact. And habits are things that happen regularly. For example, we pray 5 times a day, so this is a habit, something we do every day. Or I go to school every day, it's a habit because I do it every day. So this is the most important thing about this tense, is to understand what it expresses. Look at these examples, please. Okay. I go to school every day. I go to school every day. Notice this is the present tense, the verb, and this is the word every day, which is a marker or a word that mostly comes with the present simple tense. Another example. We often drink coffee in the morning. We often drink coffee in the morning. We have the word often, which means usually or mostly, and this is a marker of the present simple tense. Okay, and we have the word drink, which is a verb in the present tense. We often drink coffee in the morning. It doesn't mean we are doing it at the moment right now, but it means, for example, every day we usually drink coffee in the morning. Another example. The sun rises in the east. Okay. Who can tell me this sentence, what does it represent? What does it express? A fact or a habit? The sun rises in the east. What does it express? Yeah, we said that the present simple tense is used to express 2 things, facts and habits. So this one expresses, yes, very good, of course, a fact. Yeah, the sun rises in the east. It's a scientific fact, of course. Okay. Another example is, she is never late to school. She is never late to school. Here, verb to be, which is another form of the present simple tense, and never is a marker of the present simple tense. Present simple tense, sorry. Okay. Speaking of markers, I would like to give you these words to keep in mind when we are talking about the present simple tense. every. For example, we say every day, every week, every month, every year, I travel to Egypt, for example. Okay? Always. I always go to school in the morning. Usually. I usually drink coffee in the morning. Generally. Generally, people tend to wear heavy clothes in winter, for example. Generally. Often. And we just gave an example right now of that word. Often. Sometimes. Rarely. And rarely means that something does not happen so often. It doesn't happen a lot. Rarely. Okay? Never. Something that doesn't happen at all. From time to time, which is a little bit similar to sometimes. Okay, those are called the tense markers. Okay. But actually what I find very difficult sometimes for my students is that this one, which is if the subject is he, she, it, or singular, I mean one person or one thing, my students usually forget to add s to the verb, which is the most difficult thing. Okay? Please do not forget to add s at the end of the verb if the subject is, yes, repeat after me, if the subject is he, she, it, or singular. Singular like what? When you say a boy is a singular word. A girl. Ahmed is singular because he is one person. Okay? Anything that is only one thing or one person. Okay? Examples. Okay, notice how we added an S here. Ali drinks milk every morning. Ali drinks milk every morning. A cow gives us milk. Okay. Notice the S at the end of the verb. Ali drinks milk every morning. And again, what does this sentence express? A fact or a habit? Ali drinks milk every morning. Is that a fact or a habit? Yeah, sure, you're right. It's a habit, of course. And the next one, a cow gives us milk. Is that a habit or a fact? Of course, it's a fact. Sure. A cow gives us milk. Why did we add an S here? Because Ali is singular. He's only one person. And the cow is singular, so we have to add S to the end of the verb. Okay. We should try to compare the previous tense, the present simple tense, with the present continuous tense. This tense expresses an action that is happening only now. Okay? Only now. For example, now I am talking. Now I am reading. Okay? So this is only happening now. It doesn't mean I read every day. It doesn't mean I read every week. It means that I'm only reading right now. Okay? So this is what we call the present continuous tense. The form. How do we form the present continuous tense? It's very simple. You just get a verb to be and a verb plus ing. Okay? A verb to be and then a verb plus ing. But about verb to be, this seems difficult to some students. Okay? You should notice that am comes with I. So you say, I am. I am. Please try to repeat after me. I am. You are. Again. You are. He is. She is. It is. Okay, those are the singular words. Then the plural, we are. Repeat after me, please. We are. We are. You are. You are. They are. They are. Okay? So this was about verb to be, because some students don't know the meaning of verb to be. Verb to be is like is, am, are, is. This is verb to be. Okay? It's only that it has different forms with different pronouns. Okay. Examples. If you look at this picture, you'll find that these people, what are they doing? Of course, they are doing something at the moment, right now. So, yes, they are running now. They are running now. Okay? So this is a present continuous tense. Notice how we have verb to be and we have ing at the end of the verb. They are running now. Okay? And what is this woman doing? Try to form a sentence. What is she doing? What is she doing? Yes, I can hear it. Nice. Very good, students. Yeah. She is eating at the moment. At the moment means now. She is eating at the moment. So we have verb to be and we have ing. She is eating at the moment. Okay. Look, a car is coming. Yeah, a car is coming. Verb to be and yes, very good, ing. Excellent. Okay. Okay. The most important part is the sample questions. What types of questions do you have in your exam? I'm sure you know. The first type is choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. You'll have a question like this on grammar. The second type is correct the words between brackets. You have a word and this word is not correct. Of course, you have to correct it. Okay? Right now, we will see examples of these. The first one is choose the correct answer. Okay? She never does to me. Take some time to read the options, please. Listen, listens, listening, is listening. Okay? Think. She never. Listen, listens, listening, or is listening. Great. Sure, it's listens. She never listens to me. And notice we have an S. Why? Because she is here. If the subject is she, we should add an S to the verb. Okay? Very good, students. Okay, another question. He does his grandparents each Thursday. My advice to you, please read the whole sentence. Don't just say he and read the options. Please read the whole sentence. He does his grandparents each Thursday. Each Thursday means every Thursday, which means this is going to be a present simple tense or present continuous. This is going to be a present simple tense because we have the word each, right? So it should be easy now. He visits, he visits, he visiting, or he is visiting his grandparents each Thursday. Yes, excellent. The correct answer is visits his grandparents each Thursday. He visits his grandparents each Thursday. Excellent. Again, we have an S because the subject is he. Nice. Another question. Choose A, B, C, or D. She does a letter to her parents now. Okay? She does a letter to her parents now. Right? Writes. is writing or are writing. Okay? Remember I told you to read the whole sentence. Here we have the word now, which means we have a present, yes, continuous tense. Excellent. Okay? So, she, yes, is writing a letter to her parents now. She is writing a letter to her parents now. Okay, another type of question. Correct the word between brackets. Listen, the baby cries. Listen. So if I say listen, it means this is something that is happening now. Okay? Listen, the baby cries. Cries is not correct. So how can you correct it? Listen, the baby. Listen, the baby. Here we go. Excellent. Yes. Here the baby. Listen, the baby is crying. Present continuous. The baby is crying. Great. Another question. I usually am enjoying reading detective stories. Okay? Please always look for markers. Look for words that tell you the tense. Usually here means that you should use what kind of tense? Continuous or simple? Of course, it's the present simple tense. So am and ing is not correct at all. But the correct sentence would be I usually enjoy reading detective stories. I usually enjoy reading detective stories. Okay, so that was everything for the present simple and the present continuous tense. And we can move now to something else, okay, which is the modal verbs. Modal verbs, okay. I know some of you do not know the meaning of the word modal, okay. Modal verbs are those verbs like must, can, could, should, for example. Those we call modal verbs, okay. We should know more about these. A modal has only one form of the verb for all persons, so you shouldn't add s, for example, at the end. You shouldn't add ing. It's only one form. So I say I can, you can, and she can. Please do not say she cans. Okay? It's different from the present simple tense. This is something different. Modal verbs are different. She can. Okay? This is one thing about them. Another, which is very important, modals are followed by infinitives. Infinitives, okay? So she should study. Infinitive means that the verb should not have an s, should not have an ing, nothing in the end, okay? So she should study. She should study. Please do not say she should studied or she should studies, okay? Because this is the infinitive of the verb. This is very important. Okay. Actually, in your book on page 24, okay, you have 4 modal verbs, okay, which are the focus of your grammar lesson. I will only concentrate on those 4, which are have to, may, should, and will. Okay? And we'll see how each is used. Have to is used when there is something necessary you have to do. Okay? Or something necessary. May, okay, for something that is possible. But remember, may is used when you are not quite sure of the fact. When you are not sure, you can use may. So, something possible. Okay? Okay, should, I'm sure you know this. When can we use should? Very famous, yeah. We even studied that in the last session. Should. Yes, excellent. Yeah, we use should when we are advising somebody. You should study. Should study hard. Okay. You should sleep well. So this is advising. Okay. And will, when do we use will? When do we use will? Okay. Yes. For predicting the future. Predicting the future, it means when we expect something to happen in the future, but this time we are sure about it. So you say will. Okay. I will pass in the exam. If I say I will pass in the exam, it means, or I will pass the exam, it means I'm quite sure because I studied hard, so I am sure I will pass. Okay. Sample questions. Okay. Choose the correct answer. Salwa works hard, so she definitely do well. The word definitely means sure. So in this sentence, I am sure. Okay, so please think. Has to, may, will, or should. What do you think? Has to, may, will, or should. Excellent. Yeah. So she will definitely do well. Okay, you deserve that clap. Okay, I'm not sure, but the shop be open now. I'm not sure. This is the most important in the sentence. I'm not sure, but the shop, do you think has, may, should, or will? If you are not sure, you're talking about a possibility. So, yes, excellent. May. I'm not sure, but the shop may be open now. Okay, nice. Another type of question. Correct the words between brackets. You have to spending, oh, that sounds awful. You have to spending more time on grammar. Can I say this? Of course not. How can you correct that? You have to, we said that modals have to are followed by infinitives, so no ings, no s, nothing at the end. So you have to, excellent, spend more time on grammar. You have to spend more time on grammar. Okay. Another one. You should to go to a doctor. You should to go to a doctor. No, doesn't seem nice. You should to, she should to, no. So the correction is she should go to a doctor. Because should is never followed by to. Just the infinitive, okay? Okay, that was about modal verbs. Let's move to something else, which is, okay, conditional sentences. Conditional sentences. Okay. And because I love comparisons, please have a look at these two sentences and compare. Take 1 minute, look at the two sentences and compare. Is there any difference? Yes, of course, there is a difference. Okay. If you heat ice, it melts. If you heat ice, it melts. What do you notice here? We don't have a modal verb. We don't say it will melt. No modal verb here. Okay? It is a fact, a scientific fact. Of course, if you heat ice, it melts. Okay? It expresses a general action and a general effect because it happens with everybody. It can never happen that somebody will heat ice and it does not melt, of course. So this is what we call a general action, a general effect. It means it happens with all people. Okay? But so this was what we call zero conditional. It is called zero because we don't have a modal verb. How do you form it? Yes, we have if plus present simple, and in the next part we have again present simple tense. So we have present simple and present simple, okay, and no modal verbs. Examples. If we review, we learn more. And a very important fact here is that we can use when instead of if. When we review, we learn more. When we review, we learn more. No modals, okay? Or if we review, we learn more. So this means I'm talking about a fact or a general action that has a general effect. Okay? Another example. If we don't revise, we don't remember. If we don't revise, we don't remember. Or, when we don't revise, we don't remember. When we don't revise, we don't remember. Okay. And now we can go back to the second sentence, which was, if it rains tomorrow, I will stay at home. I will stay at home. What did you notice here? Yeah, there is a modal verb, which is will, followed by the infinitive, which is stay, of course. Okay. This sentence expresses a particular action and particular future effect. So I'm talking only about myself. But doesn't mean that everybody will stay at home if it rains tomorrow. Of course not. So this is something we call particular. It's not general. I'm talking only about myself. So in this case, I'll have to use will and the infinitive. And this is what we call first conditional. Okay. And how do you form that? How do you form that? Yes? I know you can say it. Yes, of course. If plus present simple and will plus infinitive. Here we don't have a present simple tense. We have will plus infinitive. Okay? Very good. Okay. Examples. If I pass the test, I will be very happy. I'm talking about myself. If I pass the test, I will be very happy. Okay? So, I use the first conditional, will plus the infinitive. If you eat too much, you will become fat. If you eat too much, you will become fat. Notice we have will plus infinitive. Okay. Simple questions. And as we know, we have two types of question. Choose from A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, or D, or correct the word between brackets. Okay, the first type is choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. When students dot school, notice when students dot school, they often have problems. Okay, they often have problems. Okay, think about the answers. Start, starts, will start, would start. Yes, start, starts, will start, or would start. Of course. Yeah. Start. When students start school, they often have problems, of course, because this is what we call the zero conditional. Whenever you say when here, you know it's the zero conditional and not the first conditional. So we'll have present simple tense here and present simple tense here. Okay? When students start school, they often have problems. Another question. If we find the books, we dot them to you. If we find the books, we give them to you, gives them to you, will give them to you, or would give them to you. If we find the books, we yes, very good. We will give them to you. Yes, because this is the first conditional. If we find the books, we will give them to you. Okay? Another type of question. Correct the word between brackets. If we saw him, we will give him your message. If we saw him, notice saw is the past of what? The past of see, yes. If we saw him, we will give him your message. Yes. How can we correct that? Notice this is the first conditional, so here we should have a present simple tense. So it's going to be, if we see him, we will give him your message. If we see him, we will give him your message. Good. Okay, another one. If you don't find them, if we don't find them, we would tell you. If we don't find them, we would tell you. Of course, never. Yeah, this is the first conditional, so it's going to be, if we don't find them, we will tell you, of course. We will tell you. Okay, and that was everything about the conditionals. Let's move to something else, which is the present perfect. And I do believe the present perfect tense is one of the most difficult tenses for Arab students because it's not there in Arabic. That's it. We don't have something similar to it in Arabic. But let's see how it's going to be like. Please study these examples. Okay? Have a look. I have lived in Riyadh for 6 years. I have not visited him since 1995. Ahmed has already finished his homework. She has written 3 letters just now. Okay, please study them and notice, especially the words in red. Okay. Yes. If you've noticed, we have here have plus past participle. Have, past participle. Has and past participle. Okay. Has plus past participle. Okay. And also we have some words here which we call markers, or words that usually come with this tense. Okay. I will take one example and let's see exactly how it means, because as I told you, this tense is difficult for Arab students because it's not there in your language. Okay. What is the meaning of I have lived in Riyadh for 6 years? Because it would be different from I lived in Riyadh, for example. Okay. This means the action happened in the past. Yes, it is completed in the past. Okay. So it's a past event. There's no doubt about that. And it has an effect on the present. It has an effect on the present. How that? I have lived in Riyadh for 6 years. It means that maybe I still live there, okay? Or that the experience of living in Riyadh still affects me. Maybe I liked it a lot, or maybe it was kind of recent, new, for example, okay? Or I still live there, and I might be planning to live there for a longer time, see? So the point is, this is an action that happened in the past, and it has a relation to the present. It has an effect on the present somehow, okay? Okay, the present perfect, how is it foreign? Yeah, we have has and have plus past participle, okay? And has and have is not a problem, but the very big problem is the past participle, because you have to memorize that, especially with irregular verbs. Because with regular verbs, like for example play, you just have to add ed at the end. There's no problem. But as for irregular verbs like go, for example, you have to memorize that the past participle of go is gone. Okay, so you have to learn that. Okay, but about has, when do we use has and when do we use have? Has comes with he, yes, of course, and she, it, and singular, okay? So I would say, he has. Repeat after me, please. He has. She has. She has. It has. It has. A boy has. A girl has. A student has. Should be one person or one thing. A cat has. Okay? And as for have, it usually comes with we, you, they, and plural. Okay? So we would say we have, you have, they have, Ahmed and Muna have, the students have, the teachers have, people have. Any word that is plural, I mean more than one person or more than one thing. Okay? Okay. But the most important thing is the tense markers. What are the words that are mostly used with that tense? We have the word since, usually followed by a year, since 1992, for example. For a period of time, for 3 years, for 3 minutes, whatever. Okay, just, which means right now, I have just finished my work. Yet, I have not finished yet. Okay, ever? Have you ever been to Japan, for example? Never. I have never been to Japan. Recently. I have moved from my house recently, for example. Recently means something that happens a short time ago. Yeah. Okay. Already. I have already finished my work. Okay. These are the words mostly used with this tense. Remember, do not use the present perfect with a past marker. For example, yesterday. And this is the point that our students usually make mistakes. Yeah, they usually make mistakes in this point, because yesterday means that this tense is a past tense. Okay, so never use a present perfect tense with that. Okay, now let's move to some questions. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. I have, it's quite easy, I have got 3 paragraphs. It means I should have a verb here, and this verb should be in the past participle form. I have write, writes, wrote, or written 3 paragraphs. I have write, writes, wrote, or written 3 paragraphs. Of course, yeah, I have written. Okay, this is the past participle, and of course it's an irregular verb. Okay, I have written 3 paragraphs. He just finished his work. He, what's missing here? He, are, has, or have just finished his work. Okay, he, he, are, he has, he have just finished his work. Yes, that's it. He has just finished his work. Yeah, remember when we said he usually comes with has? He has just finished his work. Okay. Correct word, the word between brackets. Okay. I have done a lot of reading yesterday. I have done a lot of reading yesterday. This is what we have been talking about. Yesterday is a past marker, so please do not use a present perfect tense with that. So, how can you correct that? You write it in, yeah, you use the past simple tense here, which is, yeah, of course you have to cross this one, so it's going to be, I did a lot of reading yesterday. I did a lot of reading yesterday. Okay. Another one. I have organized my ideas. I have organized my ideas. There's no way this can be correct, of course, because have plus a verb should be in the past participle, because this is a present perfect tense. So the correction is I have, yes, organized my ideas. I have organized my ideas. Sure, that's it. Okay. And that's the end of our session today. Thank you very much. I hope it's not too difficult for you. Okay. And I will see you next time of our session today. Thank you very much. This was everything about theme. Have a very nice time. Thank you. Goodbye.